All right, I'm going to break your brain on why 90% of businesses fail, why they end up going bankrupt and having to end up closing. Now, the reason why a lot of businesses fail, first of all, is the fact that they do this one core thing wrong. And a lot of businesses actually still take 2 to 3 years to end up making a profit anyways. So what it comes down to is you need to put yourself in a position to allow your business to succeed. And this is the one problem is, first of all, when a lot of people think about starting a business or building a business, they don't just wake up one day and within 24 hours, they all of a sudden say, hey, I'm gonna put 10 grand towards this business, right? They don't. It usually takes weeks, months, and it takes years to be able to start a business and to start moving forward with it. So when you understand that if you're someone that is looking at starting a business, building a business, or continuing with your current business, right, you've thought about it for a period of time before all of a sudden taking the plunge. Now, what it comes down to is the biggest problem that most businesses do that end up causing them to fail is you've heard the age-old question or statement, which is the businesses that fail lack access to capital. Now, it's true, but it's because they put their expenses of their business on personal credit cards. Huge red flag, huge issue, huge reason why no one can actually get out of debt or out of bankruptcy because they're holding too much money on personal credit cards. Now, this is what happens. A lot of people will go and they'll apply to personal credit cards and they'll put their business expenses on these personal credit cards. Why is this a problem? Well, once you start putting personal expenses or business expenses on personal credit cards, it's going to show on your personal credit report. There's this whole other side of things called business credit, right? Which doesn't show on your personal credit. So when you end up using $10,000 on a personal credit card and you have only $10,000 on that credit card, you're utilizing 70, 80, 90, 100% of what's on there. And so let's say your business isn't making profit those first few months. Let's say you only make $5,000 back and then you're holding a balance on there and then you're paying interest on that. Or you could get a 0% personal card, but you're still paying interest. You're still holding 50% utilization. So when you're utilizing on personal credit cards, your credit score drops tremendously. Anytime it's pretty much over 20%, it's going to drop tremendously. So when you do that, you're cutting the cord. You are literally strangle-holding your ability to get more capital and to put that in your business. What you should do, and what most people who are starting a business should very much do, is you should grab personal credit cards so that you are building your personal credit. Because no matter what, when you apply to business credit cards, they're still gonna pull your personal credit report. So you wanna grab personal credit cards, get higher limits there, but don't put your business expenses on your personal credit cards. Do it on business credit cards. So when you're thinking, hey, I want to start or build a business, I'm thinking about this for a couple of months, then add some personal credit cards, get your sign-up bonuses, build your credit. And then in that process, you are then getting comparable credit limits and you are looking better to the banks. 6 months later, you can apply to business credit cards where you can get 0% cards for 6, 9, 12, up to 18 months, which don't report to your personal credit report. And so what happens then? Now, this is called the tilt-a-wheel or the flywheel of debt. Now, like I said, most businesses still take 2-3 years to become profitable. So if you put all of your money, all of your expenses on personal credit cards, and you don't have the ability to get personal loans or business credit cards because now your personal credit is shot, that's a major issue. That business then closes within 12 to 18 months because you haven't produced enough cash flow. Now you're saying, well, Zach, what if my business is successful? I freaking hope. I hope everyone who starts a business that it is successful and it cash flows right away and it makes money. But the fact of the matter is that typically doesn't happen. So how can you set yourself up? Well, like I said, build your personal credit. Don't put your business expenses on your personal credit cards. Build up your personal credit, and then this is what the business flywheel is. You can access business credit cards at 0%, like I said, 6, 9, 12, 18 months. Now those don't report. So you can hold balances. You only have to pay 1% of that payment. So let's say you spend $10,000 or even $20,000. You only have to pay $100 as a minimum payment until that 0% is up. $100 for every $10,000, right? So it's very easy and consumable for you to take action on your business and try to figure out what works, spend on marketing, spend on hiring, and all of these different things. Now, let's say you still get in a position after year one, the 0% is up after 12 months or 18 months. And now you still have some balances sitting there. Well, guess what? Because you kept your personal credit intact, right? You didn't mess with your personal credit. You didn't put your business expenses on your personal credit because your utilization is low. Your payments are strong there. You never missed payments. You kept a strong personal credit report. Now you can go to another bank. And what you should do is even 6 months before that business credit card is 0% is up, you should go to a bank and open a business bank account at another competing bank so that you're building a relationship with them. And then when that 0% is up, now you can go to them and ask for a 0% business credit card. So a US bank, a Wells Fargo, a Chase, American Express, an Enon financial type of institution. Now you can go to them and get another approval, and then you can transfer those balances over to the other business credit card. Or because you kept your personal credit intact, you can get a personal loan, right? Because you still have good personal credit and you can pay off those business credit cards. So then now you're not paying interest and you're not going delinquent on those credit cards. So super important to understand this. This is called the business flywheel. This is super important in terms of understanding, well, if you're gonna start a business, why do they all fail? Why do 98% of them fail? Because they don't know this small thing. Don't put your business expenses, I keep saying it, on personal credit cards. Make sure you're building up your personal credit so that you can access business credit cards. And then you can also get business lines of credit, loans, and other business credit cards at 0% that allow you to balance transfer onto those cards for another 12 to 18 months. So now if you get in a position, you have 3 to 4 years of 0% credit cards of relationships that allow you to transfer debt. You also kept your personal credit intact and allows you to get personal loans to then pay off that debt, or business loans to then pay off that debt. So this is super important. Why do most businesses fail? Well, they put it on personal cards. They sit there, they go delinquent, and because the utilization and their score tanks on the personal side, they then fall apart because they cannot access capital. Then they have to go to friends and family and ask them for money to help them get out of that situation. And the business may not be cash flowing or doing well. It may take 2 to 3 years for that business to be profitable. So hopefully this was valuable for you guys. This is a little bit different. I'm thinking about making this video on a Miro board as well, just showing you the process of that. So if you are someone who is more visual or more analytical, that might be better. I'll have these talking videos, which make it easy for people that just want to listen and understand and already know a little bit about the credit side of things. And then I'll make a Miro board as well. So again, my name is Zach, or Rip as people call me. This is where I talk all things business credit, personal credit, and of course, travel hacking. If you guys want to work with me directly to help not only set up your business, get access to capital for your business, because there's tons of data points and information on what banks are best for you, what is best for your type of business. You want to access $50,000 to $150,000 in capital or even more depending on your business and what it does and your goals, reach out to me. I like to work with people directly one-on-one. And I also have a free community that you can check out where I post a ton of other data points. But every specific person is different, so either way, reach out if you have questions, if you want to work with me directly. Hopefully you got value from the video. If you have questions, drop them down below, hit like, hit subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.